My husband was murdered on your streets.
HBO Asia's first original series, Serangoon Road, is set in 1960s Singapore. On the cusp of its independence, it was a tumultuous time when the country was in flux. Serangoon Road stretched across the island and served as a meeting point that brought people from all walks of life together, and it seems with explosive results. Speaking to the media, two of its main cast members, Pamela Chi and Alaric Tay, think it's good that the series paints Singapore in such a vibrant, romantic and action-packed light.
The only one that matters.
I think it has to exoticize Singapore because I think we already forgot what Singapore was in the 60s. We were far more exotic, far more exciting, everything was spicier. I think we had, it was just much more chaotic and alive, and I think that is the Singapore we hope to recapture and bring to audiences now, because that is probably the most colourful history that Singapore ever had.
Amidst the detective story and the noir and the drama, it does show a little bit of the vibrancy and the kind of life that people used to live. I mean, it doesn't show all parts of Singapore life in the 60s, but certain parts, definitely. And the parts that they do capture are, yeah, pretty spot on.
But we wouldn't know, because we were not born then.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Yeah, but from what I think is spot on, yeah, it's spot on.
Better known as a comedic actor, one of its main cast members, Alaric Tay, found that he had to stretch his dramatic acting muscle a little bit more.
I'd say drama's a bit more of a challenge for me, just because it's very instinctive for me to, not to be crazy, but to just, you know, the comedic sense and all that comes a little easier. Whereas for me to hold back and control certain moments. I mean, for example, pain can be expressed in a funny way, right? And I can do that pretty naturally. But to do that in a dramatic story, you know, depending on how the audience perceived it, it could come out funny too if I did it the way I usually do it. So there's a lot of control that's needed there.
In the previous part, Razy TV spoke to Hollywood-based Singaporean actor Chin Han. Alaric Tay offers his opinions working with his castmate and how a better working environment was perpetuated by Chin Han.
He's really quite chillax kind of guy. So that seriousness is really just him stone. Yeah. He's as an actor, you know, he likes to chat about the scene coming up and, hey, you know, let's, you know, what are you gonna do later on and all that. And so they're very open, you know. Joan and Chin Han, you know, these guys who are like supposedly up there, you know, are surprisingly, yeah, very open to discussion, and you know, they want a lot of this kind of collaboration and chemistry.
Having largely worked on terrestrial broadcast television in Singapore, the two actors found the creative change of pace refreshing while working on a HBO production.
I think that everything is much more open to negotiation, and we can ask and we can try to reach a balance of what the actor feels the character should be, what the director feels the scene should be, and then what the producers think this thing can go. And I think because the prep work happens much earlier, we have time to fix all these things, whereas maybe in a local production, because the schedule is a lot tighter, we might not have the time to do that.
We get hundreds of extras on the show too.
More than that, every day was like...
On any given day, it's
Yeah.
at least 100.
Wow. But the streets are so huge, they get swallowed up. You don't really see them, but it's actually a lot of people in the room.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Room?
I mean the street.
The street.
Is what I meant. I mean the waiting room.
The waiting room, that's right.
Like,
Yeah. Waiting rooms, like they wait in the canteen, right?
no, that the makeup area, remember?
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right,
it's
right,
like
right.
the whole row.
Yeah, okay.
I have a job for you.
Serangoon Road premieres September 22nd.
His killer is out there while Winston lies in his grave.